Perfect.
All right. Please request. Okay, so I've got a request recording permission from you to record this. All right. Anyway, we'll get started. Hey, everybody. It is Lisa Wells from Food, Fear and Freedom. I am with positive psychologist Michael A. Place. We're both in Adelaide. It's winter. We've got our jumpers on because it's a cold day in Adelaide. But anyway, coming to you to talk about how to stay focused on your health goals. And this is something that we both are sort of passionate about, aren't we, Michael?
Yes, very passionate. I'm just sharing this on my wall.
Oh, excellent.
Friends can see how passionate we are about it.
That is good.
Great. There you go.
Excellent.
Yeah. This is something that we spent a lot of time talking about. And so I'm excited to share with others.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay. And you've actually developed a method which you call the ARI method. And we're going to talk about that today, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. So lots of people have health goals and lots of people know what is healthy to eat. But sometimes there just seems to be a bit of a incongruence or something between what's going internally and what you want externally. And I guess that's what I work with a lot of people on, is helping them keep them on track. And we sort of catch up once a week and have a bit of a what's that word? Physiological? Philosophical chats. Yes, you are my philosophical chat buddy, and we have great chats, and that's why we thought we would do this and share our amazing outcomes with people that really would like to know some things about staying focused long term. I mean, it's probably easy to stay focused on your health goals for a couple of weeks, and then that motivation sort of starts to wane and your willpower runs out. So if you've got a method that you can turn to that will help with your motivation and staying on track, that just sounds amazing.
Absolutely. Before we get into the ARI method, what are some of your methods or suggestions for folks before you've heard about the ARI method?
So I guess these two things I've actually re-implemented again since COVID, because I did find myself straying a little off the path and possibly drinking a little bit much more wine than I normally would and eating a little bit more chocolate than I normally would.
Wine so good. What kind of wine? What's your wine of choice?
A Chardonnay, darling.
Oh, fabulous. Yeah.
I'm a Chardonnay girl. And I do drink a lot better wine since moving to Adelaide and the Adelaide Hills. Like, the wine here is superb. And I'd much rather share it with someone now, like get a good bottle and share it with someone. And I just drink better quality, and I drink less because I enjoy it. I don't guzzle it anymore. I just, enjoy it.
That's a really good tip. Yes, thank you. I love wine as well. I really love Pinot Noir, and I don't really, I don't know, maybe it's age. I'm not that old, but I'm about to be 30 and I'm feeling it. And I'm just like, alcohol doesn't, do for my body what it did before. And so I'm feeling it a lot more, but I really love wine. So it's disappointing because I love the taste. So that's a really good tip, to just savor the taste. Don't guzzle it. Just like have one glass or like a half a glass and just really taste. Yeah, thank you.
And if you buy like something that's a little bit more expensive, it feels a bit more special, like you're treating yourself, and then you will kind of tend to look at it more of a special treat than rather an everyday event. So there's my wine tips.
It's July 31st, which is next Friday, is it? And so I will get a very nice glass of wine, bottle of wine, and savor it.
Yeah, beautiful. Oh, how fabulous. We should do something for that. We'll have to catch up.
Yeah.
Okay, so my two things that I've just started re-implementing again is basically just take it in 24-hour increments. So, I work a lot in the brain space, and if we're working in 24-hour increments, our brain can handle that. We're not alerting the subconscious mind that, I'm being healthy every day for the rest of my life. My subconscious mind would, go, oh my God, what are you doing? So I just say, okay, this is just for today. I can do this just for today. I can go without chocolate. I can stick to my health plan just for today. And I think that's achievable for most people. I think most people would be able to think or tell themselves that they could just go for today. And it's a great way to sort of dip your toe in and start proving to yourself that you can do it, is by just for today.
Yeah.
So take that pressure off. just for today. It's not for a week or 3 months or the year. It actually is, but we're not telling our brain that, are we? It's just going to be for today, and then every day you just do it just for today. And my other one is, what's your commitment level? Like, I come out of the gate strong in the morning. I have my yummy breakfast prepared, and it's really after lunchtime, that time between lunch and dinner for me, that used to be my issue time. And I know for a lot of other people, it's after dinner, you know, that nighttime snacking. So what I do now is I get out ahead of it. And before I'm in that craving time, or that, you know, after lunchtime or after dinner time, I will get my health goals and I will recommit to them, and I will change my state so that I'm in a state of empowerment and I'm not at the mercy of my thoughts and feelings running me.
Wow. Wow. So what do you change your state to? Like, what are your steps for
It's
that?
mental, it's all internal. It's talk to myself. Like, I can't find my health goals, I've lost them, but they're around here somewhere. And it's just all about me being empowered. And I've got a photo of it, a photo of me looking pretty tanned and toned. And I just, this is what I want. This is my health. I've got my meals planned for the day. I'm going to stay on track. And if I do feel like I want chocolate, then I'm just going to allow myself to feel it. But generally I get my brain on board first. So I'm committing to my health goals, and this is what, and it's just internal. It's talking to yourself. It's
Did you see
breathing.
when you have a photo of yourself of when you said more fit and tone. And so you know what you want is what you said. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So you have a very clear sense of direction.
Yeah. And I'm reminding myself that throughout the day, instead of just in the morning when I'm my strongest. You're better off doing it throughout the day when you are about to sort of turn into those comforts. You need to, I call it getting out in front of it, because that's putting you in control instead of it controlling you.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Putting you in the driver's seat. I love that.
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
Mm.
All right, so I'm excited to talk about the ARI method, and you rang me up the other week and we had a good old chat about this, and it was really exciting. So do you want to maybe start with how you came to the ARI method?
Yeah, so it came from what you just mentioned, essentially, knowing what I wanted, but feeling distracted, right?
Mhm.
I previously have been the king of distractions because I have so many creative ideas. I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, I want to do that. And I'll never forget one time you and I were talking, and I was like, yeah, I don't know what I want to do, and I want to do something. And you were like, well, didn't you just come up with like a business, like, like a week ago? And I'm like, oh, right, that's that, right? And so and what I discovered by doing some more research on how the human brain works, particularly how my brain works, is everyone is looking for a dopamine hit, right? Dopamine is a molecule in our brain that gives us this sensation of feeling good, that energizes us, right? That's what we get when we decide even to have a piece of chocolate, right? And then when we have the piece of chocolate, we feel really, really good, right? And then sometimes we might not feel so good afterwards because we're like, oh man, I'm not keeping to my goals, right?
Yep.
But dopamine hit is what you got when you decided to have the chocolate, and then when you had the chocolate, that initial feel good. And so we are looking for this dopamine hit in everything that we do. And so for me, for example, I would be looking for dopamine hit in new business ideas, right? So I've come up
Okay.
with a business idea and I get really, really excited. I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be amazing. And then like I have to start doing the work to create the business. And I'm like, I don't really have the dopamine hit anymore. Like
Yeah.
I'm not having a sensation of joy and fun. And so I'm looking for something else. And what I really had to do was sit with myself and figure out, Michael, okay, this is not anything to do with what's going on outside of you, right? It's something going on within that you have to address. And what is it that you're searching for that you're not getting, right? And so I realized it's the dopamine, right? I want a dopamine. So it's like, how do I get myself to feel a sense of pleasure and have that energy
Yeah.
toward what I'm doing in the moment, right? So I
Yeah.
have the initial bang that says, wow, this is great. How do I keep that momentum as much as I possibly can as I'm working on something, right? And
Mm.
so through doing some research, I have a psychology degree. This is what I do. So I researched. And what was clear was that dopamine, as I said before, is the molecule in your brain that energizes you. So it's a good thing. You just have to figure out how to use it to your advantage. So I said, well, if I can make it so that I'm getting that dopamine hit on the everyday tasks, then I would win. So I said, how do I do that? Well, the other day I wanted to go out to eat, right? And I have this new goal or new intention, which is to save money and build
Mhm.
wealth. I'm finally getting it at 30 years old. So I'm excited for the next 30 years to see what happens with the bank account. So yeah, but I was really hungry, and I automatically, my brain searching for that dopamine hit said, go out to eat, go out to eat, go out to eat. Because that was the quickest way to get that sense of pleasure, right? But in that awareness of what my brain was telling me to do, I also had an awareness of my true intentions, which were to build wealth, to save money, to build wealth, right? And so in that awareness, I had a choice. I had a choice of going to get something to eat and not aligning and taking actions and aligning my focus and my true intentions with what I really wanted,
Mhm.
or I could have decided to cook from home, cook at home, make a meal at home, and not go out to eat. But as you know, oftentimes we have this sort of like dreadful feeling when we're trying to redirect our energy and our focus towards our goals. It's like, yeah, I can go to the gym. I can go out to eat if I want. I can make something at home if I want, but there's so much work. It's like, I really want to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to go out to eat because it's like quick. Yeah, that's fine. It's only one meal. It's like $10 or something like that. I'll go to the Thai food restaurant. It's really cheap. And so I had that sort of rationale, but I knew better this time, right? And so because I knew better and I knew what I really wanted, I then redirected my energy and my focus
Mhm.
towards my true intention, which was to save money. And then all of a sudden, I felt good about cooking.
Mm.
I felt really good. So I got the dopamine hit from cooking at home, where previously I would have never had. I was like, oh, then I have to clean and stuff. And by the way, I use the RE method for cleaning, and now I like to clean, which is a big deal for me, I've got to tell you. I really, yeah. I wouldn't say that I've went 30 years not liking to clean, because probably the first 10 or 15 years of my life, well, not 15, probably like 10, I wasn't really cleaning. But, since 11 or 10 and now, what is it, 10 years? 20 years, sorry. Like, I've resisted cleaning, and now I like to clean. And you know why I like to clean? Because I like my
Right.
house. And so
Yep.
I wired that dopamine hit with with actually cleaning, because I'm feeling good, because I know that at the end of this, I'm going to get what I want. And what I want feels really good to me.
Yeah. So you're getting that result and you're linking that sort of dopamine hit to that new result. Whereas before the dopamine hit was being linked to not cleaning, that was your goal, or not your goal, but it was.
Yes, you're absolutely right. The dopamine hit was linked to not cleaning because I had something else to do that gave me more
Mhm.
pleasure, more joy. Or
Mm,
I was avoiding the resistance, the effort of cleaning, because it was just so much work. I was avoiding cooking at home because it was so much work. And your brain is very smart. It wants to
mm,
conserve energy, right? It wants to help you conserve energy, right? So it's beautiful, right? In that way. And the point is just to get into the driver's seat and to use that to your advantage, which you can, which I have done, which has just been absolutely amazing. I've been super focused in these past couple of weeks by
yeah.
using the RE method. And it's so simple and so effective, and everyone can do it.
All right. So let's go into the ARI method. So it's ARI. So what do they stand for?
Yeah. So A stands for awareness. And
Mhm.
as I mentioned, awareness of how you're acting, what your behavior is in that moment, what your energy is, how you're feeling, what your emotions are telling you. And in that awareness, you're also going to, you would only practice the RE method when you have a very clear goal in mind, right?
Mhm.
And so, in that awareness of how you're feeling and how you're acting in the moment, also comes the awareness of your true intentions. So, for example, if someone is home and there's a closet or pantry where they keep all their chocolate, right? Um, and they're like, man, I really want a piece of chocolate. I really want a piece of chocolate. But because they're working with you, Lisa, right? They are
Mhm.
more intentional or wanting to be more intentional about their food choices. And say, for example, that particular day, they went out with friends and, so they weren't maybe the best or with their food goals for that particular day. And so they know that if they have a piece of chocolate, that it's really going to set them back. But they have this feeling of really wanting a piece of chocolate. So it's like this inner conflict going on, right?
Mm.
So if they are practicing the RA method and they have that awareness, they're like, oh, like that's that part of me that wants to recreate to follow through in that old habit that I have, right?
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm not going to do that because I really, really look forward to my body looking this way, or I look forward to feeling good about myself and my health, right? And as you say that in that first awareness stage, you get that dopamine hit because you want, of course, if they're working with you, they want to feel good about them. So they want to
Mm.
change to their bodies, right? So that automatically triggers that dopamine hit. And then the next letter is R. So the first one was A. The next letter is R, which is redirection.
Yeah.
Then you redirect your energy, your focus, and your attention all towards your true intentions, what you're really wanting, right? And then the last one is I, because then you sit in that intention. You feel really good about the decision that you just made. That's the
Yeah.
argument.
Amazing. And with awareness, when I was becoming aware of what was going on for me, I think I was reading The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, and I was aware that I was having some pretty toxic thoughts at when I was doing cooking dinner. I didn't used to like cooking either, but I love it now because it means I'm taking care of myself. So I have switched it around in my brain. But I remember I would have toxic thoughts while I was cooking, and I had a mantra that for me to combat this and to turn it around, I knew it wasn't healthy for me, and I felt really bad. And I just thought, okay, well, this isn't working for me, so I need to make a change here. And when I had that awareness that I was having those thoughts, that's when I could redirect that thought and insert that positive mantra. So I guess my intention was to redirect my thoughts and sort of stop negative thinking and go toward more positive thinking and more helpful thinking, because it just wasn't helpful for me to have these thought patterns. So awareness is huge, and it takes practice. You're not just going to watch this video and wake up tomorrow and have awareness. It's something that you need to practice, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And I think that's where, a coach comes in, right? And that's where setting clear intentions and investing in yourself comes in. Or, if for whatever reason you really can't afford a coach, ask a friend or your partner to
Mm.
stay focused on your goals, right? Or set reminders in your phone, or uh,
Yeah.
whatever you need to do. And because you want to get towards your goals, you want to manifest your dreams, right? And
Yeah.
so do what you can to stay as focused as you can, because that's all this that's all this is.
Mm.
It's focus. It's focus and momentum, right? You said earlier that this is just for today. You would say this is just for today. This is just for right now. And as you know, as you continue to do that, it just builds momentum, 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 and the
Yeah.
next thing you know, you have a new habit, right? And you start
Yeah.
feeling good. You're seeing your body change, right? Your mood is lifted, whatever it is, right? And so the RA method and what you described earlier is the way to do that, is to just every
Yeah.
day consciously choose a new path, but to feel good about it, right? That's
Mm.
it. That's it. Is to feel good about it, because you're doing what you want to do. I was speaking to a friend the other day. I was telling him about the RA method, and I said, "This is not about trying to get you to do something that society says you need to do." He's an entrepreneur, and he's like, "Oh, I wake up too late at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's too late because I'm like an entrepreneur. I'm supposed to wake up at 5, 6 in the morning and work out and meditate." And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, everyone has a different pathway to success. What do you want? What do you want to do? Live
Mm.
your life on your own terms, right? And so, yeah, the RE method is about linking your true intentions to your here and now, to your everyday behaviors and actions.
Yeah, I really want to talk to you about intention, because when I had food addiction, I had the best intentions
Mm,
to eat healthy every day and it didn't work. So, intention for me is a tricky word, because I know I had such good intentions every day to be healthy. And
mm,
then it just didn't work out for me for so long. So, I guess what I was doing is that I had that intention without a plan, but in saying that, I did have a plan, because I would make healthy food and then a week later I would have to throw it in the bin because I hadn't eaten it. So I did sort of have intention to eat healthy, and I did have a bit of a plan. I had prepared healthy food, but for some reason, so what would I have been missing then if I was talking to you and said, "Look, I've got the best bloody intentions in the world. I've got a plan to eat healthy, and I've got my food here, but for some reason I'm still not doing it." So what would be the missing link in that case?
the awareness of your behavior, your energy, your emotions in the moment, and how that's driving what you're doing, your behavior, right? So it's the moment by moment awareness and the belief and actually the skill set, the ability to actually redirect your attention and your emotions towards your true intentions. Does that make sense? So it's like it's what you're like an intention. I consider an intention to become rich one day, right? And by the way, that's very much my intention. But if that's like something that I see of like, something that's going to take me 10 years to do, then it's going to take me 10 years to do. And if I'm not taking deliberate action towards those goals and feeling good about those actions that I'm taking, then that intention of becoming rich is just an intention that I have that I haven't translated to my here and now. I haven't really translated that to a sense of belief in myself, right? And what is
Mm,
belief, right? Belief is what you get when you practice the Ari method, right? When I had that moment of saying, man, I really just want to go get some Thai food right now. Oh, it's so cheap. I can afford it. I have the money in my bank account. The money's coming and I'm fine, right? And then, like, if I would have done that, I would have, right, taken a step back. But in that moment of taking my power back, getting back into the driver's seat, right, of my own behavior, I mastered I mastered that instinct to go for the quick fix, to search for the dopamine hit and buying something to eat, right? And Thai food is delicious. I'm actually imagining it now. Thai food is really, I'm not going to get Thai food after this because I have lunch. Anyway, so, but, but I just imagine the Thai food, like the chicken basil. Oh my God, it's so good. Anyway,
mhm.
so the point is that what you were missing in that, or what some people could be missing, is that awareness and that ability to redirect their energy and their focus towards their true intentions moment by moment.
Yeah, that was it. I was still allowing the thoughts to control me. So I wasn't at that point in that time where I could sort of pivot. I hadn't built up that resilience or that inner strength within me. I had things in place, and that's good, because that means my awareness was growing. And I just wasn't sort of at that place where I could go, well, actually, you know what, I've prepared this food. Sure, I want chocolate, but I'm choosing not to have it because this is my goal. This is my plan. So yeah, it has come, and it is small, consistent daily action. So the ARI method, definitely small, consistent daily action every day. This is what you're focusing on, your awareness. You're redirecting your thoughts towards the intention that you're working towards. So definitely, I'm a big fan of this. I think it's fantastic. Is there anything else you wanted to sort of say about it, or anything?
Well, I'd love to talk to people who are wanting to practice the RA method. I'd love to chat with people. I think that, you and I are veterans in the coaching world, so we get this automatically. It's like, oh yeah, of course this makes sense, right? I think for some others, it's like, what does this mean? And so they need some step-by-step sort of guidance on actually how to apply the RA method in their lives, right?
Mm,
figuring out what their goals are. And so I'd love to talk to people if they need any additional guidance with that. And I'm pretty sure you can also talk about it because you get it fully. So yeah, I think it's amazing. I'm telling you, I'm incredibly focused. I'm not only just focused, I'm energized, right? Because again, dopamine gives you energy, right? And
Mm,
so I'm not dreadfully doing the things that I need to do to make it to where I want to be. I'm excited about what I'm doing. I'm present with what I'm doing. I'm enjoying the process. And if there's anybody here who follows Abraham Hicks, they'll know like that is the journey itself to enjoy the
mm,
unfolding of your desire, right? And if
yes.
you have mastered that, you have the keys to success and effortless manifestation, right? I think a lot of people would struggle with a lot of manifesting talk because it's like action is required, and a lot of the law of attraction teachers would say it's you don't really need to put forth that much effort, right? Don't be in a state of resistance, and people are confused
Mm,
about what that means. And the point of it is that like if I'm having fun with what I'm doing, I'm not in a state of resistance. I'm in a state of allowing, right? I'm
yeah.
present with what the moment is. And that is the key. Do that. First of all, you'll be happy, right? First of all, you'll be happy. And
Yeah.
because you're taking action towards your goals, I saved money when I didn't go out to eat, right? I literally saved, it was instant. I had a friend, he told me he instead of taking an Uber to his meeting, he took a bus ride, right? Because he practiced the RA method. And he was like, what am I going to do in these 30 minutes that I wait for, that I, just decide to be home instead of, catching the bus. And he was like, oh yeah, there's no need to do that. I could feel good about saving money going on the bus. So it saves you money. It helps you directly start making changes towards your.
Mm. Excellent. Yeah, and that's what we want. We want to, get where we want to be, and we want it to be easier because I know we've all struggled a lot for such a long time. And now there's people like us who've worked a few things out. We know it works. So why not, as Tony Robbins says, stand on the shoulders of those who have gone before you, and really just cut the struggle, because we talk about this as well. We think struggle is also something that is ingrained in us, addiction to food. But sure, I probably had a bit of an addiction to struggle as well, because even before my birth, I struggled the whole way through. 4 weeks premature, I almost died at birth. I had so much sickness and illness when I was a kid with tonsillitis, and everything was a struggle for me. So that was what my brain was kind of used to and knew. So I've had to get myself out of the struggle as well and allow ease. And I still struggle a little bit, making things harder for myself. And I'm realizing now that I have done so much work that I can actually take my hands off the reins and allow all that to catch up with me and take me on that journey and enjoy it, because I have done the work, so I don't have to struggle anymore. I can just allow and
Allow.
have fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm,
Set goals that you want, set intentions towards the life that you want to live, and to
that's it.
feel good in the unfolding.
Mm,
What a sweet, sweet life that is. I'm happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I discovered this just because it feels good. It feels good to feel good,
it does.
It feels good to feel good. And to say that and to feel that is how you let go of the struggle. You're not in struggle when you say that. It feels good to feel good. And
Mm.
you milk that. It feels
Yeah, but it just depends on where your brain is at. And that's all it comes down to. And you can change that. So reach out to Michael, reach out to me. We have the means, we have the know-how. We've both been through it and we live it now. And that is the best way to get your results, is to come with us on that journey. So thank you so much, Michael. I have enjoyed our chat immensely.
oh,
And I'm sure we'll do another one. I'm sure we will chat again.
absolutely. You're amazing, Lisa. I love it every time we chat. We just
Hmm.
work really well together. So I love it. It was great.
Awesome. Thank you. And we'll talk about going out for maybe Thai for your birthday next week, hey?
Yes, absolutely. All
All
right.
right, beautiful. Thank you. Bye.